Hey guys, it's Mrs. Johnson. We are going to work through our vocational survey number 3. So we're going to look at 4 new placements today. This is for all groups, but before we go on, for our device users, I wanted to go over our words of the week that Miss Brown posted, and they're very applicable. We can use them really well with our vocational surveys. So I'm going to show you on my lamp board those words of the week. So we have 2 words of the week. The first one is work. So this is perfect. We're talking about where you could work or jobs you could do. Okay, and our next one is new. So we're going to look at some new job placements that you might not have heard of or some new ideas for work that you could have. Okay, so remember, those are our 2 words of the week. Great words to emphasize through this whole thing. So we are going to look at 4 new job placements or 4 new work options that you might be interested in. And after each one, I'm going to ask you to comment below. Tell me if it sounds interesting, if it doesn't really sound interesting, or if you want to learn more about it. Okay, and we'll have 2 questions at the end that I'll have you answer also. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So this is our overview of all of it. This is what the whole sheet looks like. So we're going to read about, or we're going to look at the job category it falls in, the actual job listing, and then you're going to tell me if it sounds interesting, not really, or if you want to learn more. So let's look at this first one. Let me scoot myself out of the way. Make myself a little smaller. So first, our first job category is animal care. Okay. Now, a job listing in that category is at a family home running a doggy daycare. So it says the description is you would care for pets that are dropped off while their owners work. So what does that look like, running a dog daycare? Here are some pictures. So you would obviously want to love pets because it looks like the dogs might be able to run around in the yard. You might have to feed some of the dogs. You might have to take some of them on a walk. You'll obviously have to pet them and love them because dogs love attention. And then you might have to clean up after them after they use the bathroom outside. So that was our job in animal care. I want you to tell me, how do you feel about this job in animal care? Does it sound interesting? You're not interested in it? Or do you want to learn more? Go ahead and comment below about our job in animal care. All right, we're going to look at a new job or a new work placement. All right, our new category is food service. And our job listing in food service is at a restaurant. And it says you would be removing dishes from dining tables and returning them to the kitchen, washing the tables, and setting up for new customers. So at this restaurant and food service, let's see what that might look like. So it looks like you might be cleaning up dirty dishes after people leave the restaurant. You might be washing them, taking them back to the kitchen. After the dishes are off the table, you might be washing the table down and then resetting the table for new people to come in. Okay. Now I want you to tell me our job in food service. Does that sound interesting? You're not really interested? Or do you want to learn more about our job in food service? Go ahead and put your comment in that same one below. All right, on to our new placement. Our category is retail, and our job in retail is at a pet store. So you might be feeding fish, reptiles, birds, hamsters, and other small pets in a pet store. So retail, you're working at a store. At a pet store, so people might bring their pets in to buy food or different things for their pets. You might be responsible for caring for some of the fish, some of the reptiles here, some of the birds, and maybe some hamsters and other little pets that are at a pet store. Okay, so for a job in retail at this pet store, does it sound interesting? Are you not interested, or do you want to learn more? Go ahead and comment below. All right, the next job, this is our next one, is in a factory. The category is factory, and the job is in a factory, and what you would be doing is counting and packaging license plate holders. So let's look and see maybe some pictures that might represent that job in a factory. So you might be going between these shelves. You can see in a factory they have a lot of stuff. It's a really, really big building that has a lot of items in it. So you might be going to count some items. It shows here, these are the license plate holders you might be counting. You might work on an assembly line. Here's a few pictures of an assembly line. So putting maybe a certain number of holders in a box or just counting 5 at a time. Okay, so that's our job in factory. Now I want you to answer this question. How do you feel about this job in the factory? Does it sound interesting? You're not interested, or you want to learn more? Go ahead and comment below. All right, now I've got a few questions for you. Which one of these sounded the most interesting? So which one do you think you would really want to do of these 4? Run a doggy daycare at a family home, work at a restaurant cleaning the dishes and tables, work at a pet store feeding a lot of the small fish, or work in a factory counting these license plate holders. Comment below the most interesting or the one you liked the most. All right, now I'm going to ask you the opposite of that. Which one did you find the least interesting? Which one did you not like, you did not want to do? The doggy daycare, the restaurant job, the pet store job, or the factory job? Comment your least interesting below. All right, I look forward to reading your guys' responses. Thank you so much for going through this third one with me. We'll have more posted for you later. Bye, guys.